Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Sport on YouTube, where Germany are going to be playing the Netherlands in a big UEFA Nations League tie.
Not on YouTube, they're not. I don't think.
Well.
But yeah, big game. Germany, Holland, old rivals, very old rivals. Probably before your time, but Frank Rijkaard, Rudi Voller, 1990 World Cup. Yep,
I've heard it.
Yes, yeah.
6 years later. Me, so.
You arrived, Shazam, coming out with in a full kit wanker, as it were. But yeah, Germany, Holland, one of the greatest rivals in international football. I'll just keep this going. It's all right. And it's in Germany this time. Holland. You're presenting this. Go on, crack on then. Sorry.
Obviously, Germany lost the chance to France. It was sort of with Germany since they're the home side. How big of an impact do you think that result against France, obviously France are world champions of course, but is going to have on this German side and on this game against Holland?
I'd say it's more the bigger one for me is that when they played earlier in the Nations League, Germany and Holland, Holland won 3-0, Netherlands won 3-0, and it's always has to come back to the cop ice, isn't it? Virgil van Dijk.
You love it, Andy. You love it.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, I'd say that's a massive indicator because Holland have been really poor the last few years. They've lost their biggest stars. They've lost to Robin van Persie, who retired from international football. Ian Robbins retired from international football. Earlier this year, Wesley Sneijder's retired from international football. So all those big names of the Great Holland team that got to the World Cup in final in 2010. It's a big transitional year for a couple of years for Holland, and so for them to get that big 3-0 win over Germany, that was kind of a statement, as in like, yeah, we're not here just to be taking as mugs anymore. We're back almost. I mean, one game doesn't maketh the men, as it were, to paraphrase a famous phrase. But they beat Peru earlier this year 2-1. They lost against France 2-1. Beat Germany 3-0 and drew Belgium 1-0. But yeah, with the Germans, it was. They've had an awful year with the World Cup, but they've had 6 defeats in 2018. It was Brazil, that's Brazil, but then Austria, Mexico, South Korea, Holland, and France, and so it's which is unheard of. I guess it's in a way it's testament to Germany over the years that something like this is unheard of. There's that high bar with the Germans when it comes to football. They're cold, clinical, calculated, and efficient, and that's not just making cars. But it's strange to see them having a bit of a wobble. It's a squad that needs refreshing. It's a team that are kind of relying on past glories, a lot of it, with Germany. So it's I think it's a good time for Holland to play them again. There's absolutely nothing for Holland to fear going into this. You look at the German team and they're all not on the decline in terms of retirements around the corner, but they're kind of at the peak of their powers. The peak of the powers have gone a bit. There's an aging squad there, people like Boateng. Hummels hasn't really looked the same for the last 18 months or so. Thomas Muller just has gone off the boil massively for them. So they just seem to be relying on Toni Kroos. Even Manuel Neuer doesn't seem the player or the presence that he was. Whereas the Dutch team coming through, there's just we talked about breaking whichever wall we're on, fourth. We talked about Borussia Dortmund, about how they're kind of coming back as a force. You've got this youth at the core of their team, and that's like the Dutch. You've got players like Kenny Tett, who's 23, Nathan Ake, 23, Matthias de Ligt, who's 19 and looks destined to be a superstar. Frenkie de Jong, 21, Donny van der Beek, 21, even Steven Bergwijn, who got his first cap in the last game against Belgium, he's retained his place in the squad and he's 21. There's a good base there of players that it looks bright for the Dutch. Even someone like Tony Vilhelme is there, and then you've got the more experienced heads like Eugenie Wijnaldum and Virgil van Dijk. There's all right.
Sorry.
There's lots of positives in there, and Luke de Jong is just a good focal point for that team to play around, and Memphis Depay who's been electric since he went to Lyon, really, after his so disappointing spell at Man United. Kevin Strootman's back playing regularly now for Marseille, after he a couple of years ago he only played 11 games from 2014 to 2016 when his knees were done and it looked like he might never play again. So there's a lot of positives for the Dutch, as I've just reeled off.
Obviously, sticking with the Dutch, you talked about Italy in the last video. We did those of you who've watched the Portugal and Italy preview video, about how Italy didn't qualify in the World Cup and they've got a bit of a hangover still from that. You look at Holland and they've brought Ronald Koeman in as manager. They didn't qualify for the World Cup themselves, but they look like they've gone the complete opposite direction. You've got the results against Germany and Belgium in the last game, where they beat Germany 3-0 in the previous fixture, and then you got Belgium 1-1 draw against World Cup semi-finals. Semi-finalists. Do you think they can continue to grow and in this game get another result out of it?
I do. I think it's a very susceptible German team. They're there to be exploited, I think. I don't think they don't deal well with pace. They showed that in the World Cup against Mexico. Lozano and Chicharito, Javier Hernandez just tore them apart on the counter-attack. And against South Korea, they can't deal very well with pace and with good, intelligent movement. And the Dutch, they've got a lot of good young attacking players who have got pace. Luke de Jong is as slow as me, and I can't run for toffee. But he's that focal point that holds it together, and the players that run around him. It's almost like a way that, whereas we talked about Italy, how about their older players, there's that hangover still from that. With Holland, they've been quite lucky in the fact that a lot of their older players are players that, because it's 2 tournaments now and the bounce they've not qualified for, so that the players that have failed, as it were, they've now got to an age where they've retired from international football, or they've retired from football full stop. So it's almost like it's not so much a hangover, it's more the day after the hangover, where you're like, I'm starting to feel a bit normal now, and then by the next day it's like, yeah, I'm feeling top of the world.
So have you got a score prediction for this game?
I think Holland are going to win 2-0, even though it's in Germany. I think something radical has to happen with the German national team. I don't know if maybe it's time for Joachim Low to finally knock it on the head and just have a fresh approach. But I think it's all signs to be in my Johan Cruyff t-shirt. I'm going with a 2-0 Dutch win.
Personally, myself, I think with Joachim Low, like you said, I think the problem is if he goes, who did he get to replace? Because that's more the question. I think at the moment, is there anyone that's really out there that's going, right, I'll take that Germany job right now? Is there anyone available, or that's the only question? But
I think there's always somebody that would want to manage the national team. That should be the pinnacle of your managerial career, is managing your team. Like how as a player playing for your team is the pinnacle. We are wrapping this up as we're being instructed to. So yeah, I think Joachim Low it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if he was not gotten ahead.
I'm going to go for a 3-1 Dutch win.
Oh, nice.
Sticking with the Dutch boys. Well, that was our preview of the Netherlands versus Germany. Don't forget to like, subscribe and all that lot. We'll see you all very soon.